Anin bojo kanawia, Mr. McLeod Mondiamina, Bajinaka Queen Ween Monim. I just want to let you guys know that links to the dictionary, PDFs to the worksheet, audio files are in links in the description of this video, as well as any other resources that'll help you out with this lesson will eventually be there as soon as I'm done making them. Aho, miigwech.
Anin bojo, Mr. McLeod, Mondaya. And so today's lesson is on singular pronoun inflections for our VAI words. So we're learning how to talk about me, you, and his or her stuff, doing things. So personal pronouns. So pronouns are words that take the place of nouns in our speech. Pronouns are words like me, I, you, she, he, they, it, we, use, etc. So in Nishnaabemwin, we have 9 pronouns. So 4 of those 9 are singular and will be what we learn today. So you've already done a considerable amount of work with one out of those 3 singular pronouns, third person singular, she or he. Today's class, we will focus on first, second, and fourth person singular inflections or conjugations. So here I've indicated the points to write down for your notes. Please pause the video and record these in your notes, and then we'll move on. All right, let's move on. So first person, or neen is first person. That's the I or me, first person S. Geen, second person singular. That's you, 2PS, second person singular. Ween, third person singular. That's she or he, 3PS. Neenwin is first person plural. That's the we exclusive. That's us but not you. So that's 1PP, first person plural. Geenwin is our 2-to-1 person. This is where you're including the second person. So this is all of us. Geenwa is second person plural. That's all you guys. All you guys is here. Third person plural is weenwa, and that's they or them. So first, second, and fourth persons. And so you got the little sign there. So we're going to need you to record or write down everything from this slide in your notes. So first person singular is I or me. So basically we're talking about ourselves. Second person singular is you. So again, we are learning how to talk about you guys, or talking about you singular, doing something. Same rules we learned about the N and G prefixes in previous lessons will apply here. And fourth person means third person stuff. So we're going to be talking about his or her stuff today. So we'll give you a chance to write down all these points in your notes. Please pause the video here so you can write these down, and then we'll move on. All right, let's move on. All right, some more stuff for you to write down. So Nishnaabemwin singular pronouns. So singular pronouns for VAI words appear as prefixes. They go in front of our VAI word or tense marker if present. So in Nishnaabemwin, neen means I or me. When talking about yourself, we usually add an N prefix to represent neen. That's the I or me. So for example, we have Pimogshin, she or he is lying down. If we add the N prefix, it'll change our translation to I am lying down. Also too, if you have a tense marker present, your pronoun prefix will go before your tense marker. So in the slide here, we have our indefinite future tense marker, we, in front. And so our pronoun prefix will go in front of that right here. To change our translation, we pimogtion, to she or he wants to lie down, to we pimogtion, I want to lie down. So we'll pause here, give you a chance to write these down in your notes. Pause the video here before we move on. All right, let's move on. So again, record these down in your notes when the slide is done. So in Nishnaabemwin, gin means you. So when talking about whom you're directly talking to, the you, we usually add a G prefix to represent gin. So G generally functions the same as our N prefix does. In our previous slide, N plus we equals in we means I want to. G plus we equals gui, meaning you want to. But if a verb or tense marker begins with the same letter G, it is common to replace the two G's with a K sound. So keep that in mind. So our example pimogtion, she or he's lying down. When we add a G prefix to the beginning, pimogtion changes it from she or he's lying down to you are lying down. And in this example, gi pimogtion, she or he was lying down, is past tense. So we have a tense marker here, gi. If we add the G to the front, we'll have two G's. And when we have two G's, we'll replace them both with a K sound. So gi pimogtion, we will get rid of those two G sounds for a K sound. To complete our translation, ki pimogtion, you were lying down. And so we'll pause here to let you guys pause the video and record this in your notes. All right, let's move on. So our extended pronoun. So extended pronouns are pronoun prefixes with an additional sound between the pronoun prefix and the VAI word in absence of a tense marker. It appears that extended pronouns are prevalent among many Eastern dialects of Nishnaabemwin. Some use de, da, or do. Nipissing Nishnaabemwin uses do between the pronoun prefix NRG and the VAI words. You can use extended pronouns on any verb in present tense, but I do recommend you follow some rules that I will explain. Here I've indicated the points important for your notes. Please pause the video here and write these down in your notes before moving on. All right, let's move on. All right, so when to use extended pronouns. So we have the image on screen that communicates that you guys should write this down. So record this whole slide in your notes. So they only appear in the absence of a tense marker. Do not use them in front of a tense marker. If a verb begins with the same letter as the pronoun prefix, you should use an extended pronoun just to make things more clear. So for example, in sitam means she or he understands. If we were to use an N prefix for I understand, we would have a double N in the front there, right around here. And so the extended pronoun makes it more clear and distinct that we're talking about I understand. So use our extended pronoun and an N in front of that. For ndon sitam, for I understand. Next, if a verb begins with a cluster of consonant sounds at the beginning of the word, our example here is ngishin. We have two consonant sounds at the beginning. If we add a third, that can make things very difficult for us to pronounce. Either ngishin or dbgishin. So an extended pronoun gives us space to express who is falling. So if we add gedom gishin, it's a lot easier to say than gishin for you are falling. We'll let you pause here to record these in your notes before moving on. All right, let's move on. So third person singular. Third person singular does not need a letter to represent it because the verbs are automatically in third person singular. Third person singular is already built into our VAI words. Hence why we start each translation with she or he. And so I've indicated the point to write down in your notes. Pause the video right here and write this down before moving on. All right, let's move on. So when using pronouns with VAI words that end in short vowel sounds. If a VAI word ends with a short vowel sound and you are trying to inflect it into an I am or you are sentence, you have to drop the short vowel sound at the end of the word. So our short vowel sounds are A, I, and O. We have two variations of this type of verb. Ones that have only one consonant sound before that vowel sound. Wa, bi is our example. So it ends with a short I and it only has one consonant sound before it, that B sound. Wa, bi, she or he sees. The other ones are ones that have multiple consonant sounds before their last vowel sound. We sne is our example here. We have we and then s, n, e. So we have multiple consonant sounds before that last vowel sound. So we have two ways we got to go about this. So VAI words that have one consonant sound before their short vowel ending, we're using wa, bi as an example. So these examples are pretty easy. When you add a singular pronoun prefix like n, do, ge, or gedo, simply drop the short vowel sound at the end, like so. So wabe, she or he sees. Ndowab, I see, or nwab. Again, wabe, she or he sees. Gdowab, or gwab, for you see. And here I've indicated the points important for your notes. Please pause the video here and write these down before moving on. All right, let's move on. So VAI words that have multiple consonant sounds before their short vowel ending. We're using wisne as an example. If the VAI word you're inflecting has multiple consonant sounds before their short vowel ending, I guarantee you there's a secret short vowel sound in between those two consonant sounds that we've already de-stressed. So this is where our syncopation, as we discussed before, reintroduces short vowel sounds to our speech. In the dictionary I've shared with you on OneDrive, I've done my best to document all the secret short vowel sounds in the following format with brackets and indicating all the short vowel sounds that are dropped and reintroduced. So wisne, VAI is the type of word. Eat, short for she or he is eating. Full vowel form, or wisine. So we can see here that in this example we have a secret I sound in between the S and the N that is normally de-stressed. We have that indicated with brackets. For your notes, I've indicated the points important for your notes. Please write these down before moving on. All right, let's move on. We're looking at this word wisne here, and the secret I sound is in orange, and the I sound we're going to drop is in green. So this is just to give you a visual representation of what's happening here. So we have wisne for she or he is eating. We're going to inflect this into an I am or you are sentence. So we're doing an I am sentence. So we get rid of the green, or we drop the green I, and we bring back the orange I, so the one that was in between those two letters from before. So we went from wisne to inwisin for I am eating. Lastly, if a verb starts with a vowel sound, you put a D sound in between the N or G, the D, and then the verb. So our example here is adoption for she or he is stuck or trapped. So we have adoption, you put a D in front, and then it protects it from the N or G sound. So instead of saying nadoption, we say ndadoption. I am stuck. I'll give you a chance to pause here to write these down in your notes before moving on. All right, let's move on. Now we're doing fourth person. So we're talking about someone else's stuff. So how do we express fourth person? First, we need to use what we learned in our noun possession lesson to articulate a noun is owned by another noun. So for example, shkanigi kwed das beam means the young woman's net. So we learned about adding our pronoun prefixes before our noun and our I am ownership suffix from our last lesson and incorporating it into this lesson. This is how we articulate fourth person, or one of the ways we incorporate fourth person or indicate fourth person. So we got nene da kikom for the man's cooking pot. Kwezes dom duewes chignim for the girl's phone. So reference our lesson on ownership or possession to properly inflect the nouns and prefixes and extended pronouns do and de and the suffix im. So you can see that's color coded there for you guys. We got the extended pronoun do in green, and we got the D for the nouns and words that start with vowel sounds in there. Secondly, our VAI and VIO words end with a WAN suffix, and our VAI2 and VAI3 verbs end with an OON suffix for fourth person. These suffixes indicate which noun is doing the action or verb. So we have Kwanses dom doewes chignim bikshkawan. The girl's picture is broken. Our VI2 example, Nene dogamam zostamon. The man's boss is coughing. Our VI3 example, Shkanigi kwetas beam mgishinon. The young woman's net is falling. So you can see here with our VAIs, they end with WAN. So bikshka is our VAI, that ends with, or the fourth person is WAN. VI2 is an M ender. We add OON as indicated here. And our N ender, our VI3, also uses an OON. So I've indicated the point to write down for your notes. Please write this down in your notes and pause the video here if needed. All right, let's move on. So in summary, singular pronoun prefixes are our nge, ndo, and gedo prefixes. They represent I or me, n or ndo, and the you, ge or gedo. Except for our extended pronoun do, they attach to the front of the verb or tense marker if present. VI words and in vowel sounds need to have their endings match accordingly to this lesson. VI words that begin with a vowel sound need to use a D sound in between the N and G prefixes and the verb. So N or G, D, and then a verb that starts with a vowel sound. Third person stuff is called fourth person. To indicate which noun is owned by third person, you have to follow the prefix and suffix rules in our ownership lesson. That was the previous lesson. To indicate fourth person is doing an action, the VAI word has to have the corresponding suffix. VAI words are vowel enders. Use the fourth person suffix WAN. And VI2, M enders, and VI3, N enders use the fourth person suffix OON, own. Misay aja, that's it for now. Chimigwetcha bsinduag nongum, bamapi.